Hi everyone. So I continue on the lesson. We are right now going to start topic 7, which is word problems. Word problems. So you can have many, infinity number of questions, and just many different type of questions. And here we are going to talk about some of them, and we are going to do several examples. Okay, so before we just start to talk about any example, any specific example, I have to tell you that when you want to do word problems, the main part is to read the question and understand the question. Okay, so you have to read the question carefully. You have to understand what is the type. Then you have to translate to math language, and then you have to do just the math part. But if you do the translation perfectly, then after, when you do the math part just correctly, so everything will be fine. But if the translation is not correct, so whatever you do for math part, so everything just won't be correct. Okay, so before I go to specific questions, I like you to see some sentences, and then I just translate them to math language. So for example, part A, so let me zoom in. So here you see, so the summation of two numbers is 3 more than their product. Okay, so the summation, when I say summation, means plus. Okay, so I read the question and I just want to translate it. Okay, so let's say this is part of a word problem. A summation means just addition of two numbers. It said two numbers and it didn't say anything more about those numbers. So you have to assume those numbers are not equal. Maybe when you do the question, you will find out that they are equal. But at the beginning, there is no information, so you have to say x, y. Okay, x and y. So is 3 more? Is 3 more than their product? Okay, so this means, just for example, 10 is 3 more 7, 3 more than 7. Okay, so 5 is 3 more than 2. Okay, so you have to keep that in your mind, that it's the meaning here. And then so it says than their product. So what does the product mean? Product means xy. Because it says their product, means you have to use xy. You shouldn't use ab, for example. If you use xy at the beginning, x plus y, so then you have to do xy at the end. Okay, because it says their product, so we are talking about the same numbers. So these are important points. And if I say, for example, if I say something is more than, something is 3 more than something else, for example. Okay, so just unconsciously, when I see more, I like to add, but I have to just use my hands and say which one is up and which one is down. Okay, so the summation is x plus y. The summation is x plus y, and the product is xy. Which one is up? The summation. The summation is up because it says 3 more. Okay, so how many more? So 3. Okay, so I have to do this. Okay, so the sum addition is up, multiplication is down, and what is the difference? 3. Okay, so if I was in class and you could see me, I use my hands, one of them up, one of them down. Right now I try to show you with this guy. Okay, so sometimes I see when I say more, so a student, they do this x plus y plus 3 is xy. When they hear more, they say, oh, I have to add here. Okay, no, this is wrong. Okay, so you have to think about it this way. See, something is 3 more than. Okay, so this is up, this is down, and how many more? 3. Okay, so listen, it's like 10 and 7. Okay, so 10 is up, 7 is down, and what is the difference? 3. Okay, so if you add to this one, you add 3, then you reach to this one. If you subtract from this one 3, then you reach to the down one. 10 minus 3 is 7, or 7 plus 3 is 10. Okay, so therefore the corrected one is x, the correct one is x plus y minus 3 equal xy. This is the correct one. Okay, you have to read it carefully. And so the summation of two numbers, so again summation for the second one, two numbers x, y, you can use a and b, you can use w and t, doesn't matter. Okay, so you can use any variable. Usually we use x, y, z, but you can use any variable, doesn't matter. At the end you have to find that variable, and that's important. Okay, so x plus y. Okay, so now x plus y is here and the product is here, because the product is just summation is 3 less than, so it is down. Okay, so either this plus 3 is this one, or this minus 3 is this one. Okay, so maybe I can show it with the same way I did for the other one. Okay, so here I can say plus 3 is this one, and I can say minus 3 is the other one. Okay, so then I can say x plus y. Okay, so is less than, so plus 3 is xy, or x plus y is xy minus 3. Okay, both of them are correct. For the other one here, yes, I can say x plus y is xy plus 3. Yeah, okay, both of them are correct. Okay, so now I go to the next one. A number, so a number is multiplied. A number is multiplied. So I'm not sure what's that. Okay, so a number is multiplied. Yes, one second. A number is multiplied by 3, and the result is the same as the same number decreased by 2. Okay, so see, a number is multiplied by 3 means 3x, and the result is the same as the same number decreased by 2. You remember decrease from the test. Okay, so it is 3x, the same number decreased by 2. So it's that. Can I find my answer here? Yes, here I can, because I have just x and I have one equation, so I can move all x one side. So I can have 3x minus x equal minus 2. So I have 2x equal minus 2, and x is 1. Sorry, x is minus 1. Okay, so 3 multiple x, which is 3 multiple minus 1 minus 3, is the same as the number which is minus 1 decreased by 2, minus 2, minus 1 minus 2, and that's correct. Okay, the next one, a number is increased by 3 then multiplied by 2. It's like, for example, like the chocolate question in the test that I said, okay, add that, then multiply, means you have to multiply the result, because I said then multiply. Okay, so a number is increased. So a number is increased by 3, and then the result multiplied by 2 means this. The result is 2 more than the original number. Okay, so 2 multiple x plus 3, and the original number is here, and that's 2. Okay, because it says more than, I have this one up and this one down. Okay, if you are in class, I use my hands up and down. Okay, then I either add to this to go to that, or I subtract from this to go to that. Okay, so let's do it. 2 multiple x plus 3 minus 2 is x, or 2 multiple x plus 3 is x plus 2. Okay, so the quotient of two numbers is equal to half their product. Okay, so I told you product means multiplication, half means divided by 2. Okay, so when you read the question word problems, you have to understand what is the type. You have to read once. Remember, you read once all total and then translate sentence by sentence. And right now we are just practicing on just the translation. Okay, so just before we go to just questions and more questions in more details. So the quotient is the result of division. Okay, so two numbers x and y, the quotient is x over y, so the result is quotient. Okay, so is equal, so x over y equal xy divided by 2. Okay, perfect. So we did that. And then here says to solve a simple word problem. I don't like to say how to solve simple word problems, because then you ask me how about hard problems. I don't like that. So I have one method for all of them. First of all, you have to read the question. So read the question first. Okay? Understand what is the type. Is it mixture question? Is it, for example, are you looking for density? Are you just so you have interest and you are finding how much interest you have? Okay, so before we used to have those questions, and so right now just we have just this type that you are going to see right now. Okay, so are we looking for number, for example, how many tickets, for example, or how much money you earned? So what we are looking for, you have to read and understand that. Then read for second time and translate. When you are doing the translation, at the beginning you have to define your variables. Think about units. Why unit? Because, for example, maybe one of them is kilogram, one of them is gram, and you have to convert them. So make sure to consider the unit. Read the unit. So what if you see all the units are the same? Your job is easier. It's easier because you don't need to do conversion. Okay. So then write the equation. So you just continue to read and translate, and you write the equation. This is what I did here. See, I am writing equations. Okay, you write the equations. Then make sure that equation is based on those variables. For example, you cannot define a and b, and in the equation you show me x and y. Wrong, because then I ask you what's going on. So then solve the equation. From here you are just doing math, but you have to do the translation correctly, otherwise it will be wrong. Whatever you do for math, whatever correct way you do, still will be wrong. And at the end, you need to have a conclusion sentence. Remember, don't tell me that the answer is this. No, what I'm looking for. For example, the number of tickets that I sold is this, or how much money I earned. Or the conclusion sentence must be informative enough to tell me what was going on in the question. Okay, so then you are done. You have to do this for all type of questions, so in future we show you just more steps, but it's almost the same. Okay, so here number problems. Okay, so maybe you have number problems, maybe you are looking for value, for example, maybe you are doing mixture problems. Okay, so it depends. Here I'm looking for numbers, so you have to read the question, understand the type. Okay, earn 8 more than 3 times a number is 23. Okay, so once I had this question and one student did this: 8 more than 3x. No. If I say 8 is more than, yes, that's correct. But I don't do this now. No. It says 8 more than 3 times a number. 8 more than 1 is 9. 8 more than 10 is 18. 8 more than 80 is 88. Okay? So 8 more than 3 times a number is 23. Means find a number. Okay? So you read the question, understand, define your variable. Okay, so here you can write, let's define x to be that number. This is first. So first step is to read the question, understand the type. That's the second step. Okay. Now you translate to math language. Okay, remember, don't say 8 more than, just like this. No, 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 no. Okay, like that, no. If I say 8 is more than, yes, but no, here no. So 8 more than 3 times. Okay, 8 more than 1 is 9. Okay, so 3 times. So 3x plus 8 is 23. From here, you are just solving one equation. That's it. Okay, so you are done. So here you say 3x is 23 minus 8, which is 3x is 15, which is x is 5. And you can say, you can check your answer. How? Okay, so 3 times x, so 15 plus 8 is 23. Okay, so 15 plus 8 is 23. Oh yes, this is checking. Okay, you have to check your answer. And then you can write a conclusion sentence. The number which satisfy this equation is 5. Okay. So how about next one? What do you do here? So okay, 4 times 7 less than a certain number. 7 less than 8 is 1. 7 less than 17 is 10. Less than. Okay, so don't use this because of less than. No. 4 times 7 less than a certain number, okay, is 12. Find the number. Okay, so you have to first define. So you read the question, you understand the type, you are looking for a number. Now you define. Okay, so let's define x to be that number. Oops. That number. Okay, so 4 times x minus 7, 4 times 7 less than a certain number means, so 4 multiple 7 less than a certain number means, I'm not sure what's wrong with my pen, so 4 multiple x minus 7. Okay, so it is 12. And find the number. So 4x minus 28 is 12. So 4x is 12 plus 28. So it is 4x equal 30. And x is, let me see, oh, 40, sorry. 40 and 10, 30, yes, 40. And x is 10. X is 40 divided by 4, which is 10. Okay, so here you can write the number which satisfies this equation is is 10. Okay. Oops. What is the question? Okay, so here is 10. Okay. Now, Jenny is 6 years older than David. David's age is 3 years more than half Jenny's age. How old are David and Jenny? So you read the question, you are looking for age, which is number. Everything is based on year. Okay, so all fine. Okay, so you understand the question type. Now you define. Okay, so once again, yeah. Let's define X to be Jenny age, years. It's important because maybe one of them I said just based on weeks. Okay, so then I have to do conversion. Okay, so here no. So let's define Y to be David age in years. Okay, now first step you read, understand. Second, you define. Third, Jenny is 6 years older than David. I am older than you, most of you. Okay, so your age plus a number is my age, or my age minus a number is your age, because older. Okay, so Jenny, which one is Jenny? X. So X is Jenny, and Y is David. Okay, another point. Many times I see a student, when they want to define, they write X is Jenny, Y is David. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? You are looking for what? You are looking for their weight, you are looking for their age, you are looking for their height. You have to mention that. Your definition must be informative. Later on, when you go back to your question, it's you who is having questions like, oh, I don't remember, what did I do here? Okay, but if you do a good job, in later when you read your, for example, lab reports on when you have a job, then it's very useful for you because you know what did you do before. Okay, so I reduce mark if I see the definition doesn't make any sense. Okay, X is Jenny's age, and age is a number. See, years in the bracket. Okay, in the parentheses. Okay, so Jenny is 6 years older than David. Okay, so means X minus 6 is Y. Okay, here I have two number that I'm looking for. I need two equations, otherwise I cannot find. If I have just one equation, the same as when I have one number, I have infinity number of solutions, so it doesn't make any sense for me. When I want to find and solve, I need two equations to one. Okay, so David age is 3 years more than. Okay, so David age, which is Y, more than half of this. So more than how many? 3. See, instead of my hand, which you are not seeing it, you can't see, I use this. The one which is more is upper. The one which is upper, you subtract from the up to go to down, or you add to down to go to up. So you either add to this to go to this, or you subtract from this to go to this. Okay, so X over 2 plus 3 is Y. Okay, so now you have two equations, two unknown, you can solve it. Oh, okay, so it's easy for me to put them equal because both of them are y, right? Okay, so like substitution. So x minus 6 is x over 2 plus 3. The next step. X minus 6 is x over 2 plus 3. I multiply both sides with 2. Next step. 2x minus 12 is x plus 6. Next step is 2x minus x is 6 plus 12. Next step. So x is 18, which is Jenny's age. How about y? So y is 12. Um, because y is x minus 6, which is 12. Okay, now I check. Okay, so 18 minus 6 is 12, yes, and 18 divided by 2 plus 3, which is 9 over 2, sorry, which is 9 plus 3 is 12, perfect, yes. Okay, this is checking. Yes, I checked. Now I can write a sentence here. Okay, Jenny is 18 years old. 18 and David is 12 years old. Okay, so I read the question, understand the type. I read second time and translate. So before translation, I define my variables. Now I read second time and translate. Now I do math part. I check my answer and then I write a sentence, conclusion sentence. For conclusion sentence, I don't say the answer is 18 and 12. No, 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 no. Your conclusion sentence must be informative enough to tell me what was going on in the question. Okay? So, find consecutive integers whose summation is 24. Okay? So, I stop here, and so this is video number 1. I stop here and then I continue in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.